I'm just going to record on here. So we are going to go to page 91 in your grammar books, and then we're going to stand for the flag salute. So let's do that first. Okay, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Page 91. Okay, we are talking about coordinating conjunctions. And I think we've talked about this before, right? Fanboys. I know you guys have. Okay. And you can see in the margin on page 91, it has fanboys there written for you, which is handy dandy. There are some rules about punctuation with fanboys with these conjunction words. So it just says it connects, the coordinating conjunction connects the same type of words, phrases, or clauses. In week 2, you learned 2 comma rules to use when a sentence has coordinating conjunction: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Those are the fanboy words. And today you're going to learn new punctuation. The first example says Robin was kind, funny, and brave. In this sentence, the coordinating conjunction is and. You already see that. And it connects 3 adjectives, kind, funny, and brave. So that's where you put the commas between kind and funny and the word and. And then the next one is Robin was kind and funny. If you just have 2 adjectives, you don't need a comma. That's the rule. You probably already knew that. That's the easy one. And then down the next section there, it says today you will learn 2 more comma rules. Okay, these are the new ones to you. The stranger waited and whistled a tune. In this sentence, the coordinating conjunction and connects 2 verbs, waited and whistled. So no comma is there in that pattern, and it's A and B. So basically, you already know that one. I don't know why they're saying that's new. Anyway, look at the next one. It's just, it's saying main clause. Look at the margin here. Main clause, CC, and then second verb. So main clause is the stranger waited. And then the second verb is whistled. So that's why, because if there's a main clause and then a second verb. But look at the last example there. It says the stranger waited and Robin whistled a tune. So that's connecting 2 main clauses. So remember, a main clause has a subject-verb pair, and it's like a complete thought. Okay, so the first part of that says the stranger waited. So you have the subject stranger, the verb waited. That's a main clause. And then the next main clause is Robin whistled a tune, because Robin is the subject, whistled is the verb. It's a separate main clause. So when you have 2 main clauses like that, you use a comma before the conjunction. So it depends. If you're just listing things, if you have more than 2, then use commas. But if it's got the main clause and then another main clause, that's when you need a comma there. So that's the new rule. That's the one they want you to remember. So go down here where it says comma. This is still on page 91. There's 2 rules. One has a comma crossed out and one has a comma. So it says do not use a comma before a coordinating conjunction when it connects 2 verbs. If the pattern is main clause, MC, CC, second verb, then you do not need a comma. But you do use a comma before a coordinating conjunction when it connects 2 main clauses. Here's the pattern: MC, comma, CC, MC. Right, CC above the coordinating conjunction, remove. So this is the comma rules that you're going to do in this book. You're either going to remove a comma or you're going to put one in. So here are the 2 examples at the bottom. Robin agreed to spar and made a staff. Made a staff, so like a stick. So because it's just connecting those 2 verbs, he agreed to spar. That's your main clause. And then he also made a staff. You don't need a comma there. It's the main clause, Robin agreed to spar, and then the second verb. But look at the next example. Robin agreed to spar, comma, and he made a staff. So those are 2 separate main clauses. That first one I read there is one giant main clause, actually. It's just the whole sentence is a main clause. But the second example down here on the bottom of page 91 says those two main clauses. So Robin agreed to spar, that's one main clause, and then he made a staff, that's another main clause, because there's a subject there. Okay, it'll get easier to understand. The next page is pretty cool. We're going to practice this one. So this is page 92, and we're talking about more sentences here. And look how you have two choices under these sentences. You have the first choice is main clause, CC, second verb. The second choice is main clause, CC, main clause. So you're going to decide after reading the sentence which one that is. And it's easy to tell because if it has a subject on the second half of the sentence, that's going to be a main clause. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
A little bit? Okay. It'll make sense as we go. So I'll start with Lily. Go ahead and read that first sentence.
Robin accepted the challenge and collected his arrows.
So we see Robin accepted the challenge. That's a main clause. And collected his arrows. Which pattern do you think it is? I can help you with it if you need help with that one.
The second one?
It's actually the first one. Because if it said Robin accepted the challenge and he collected his arrows, see how he would be another subject. But since there's no subject after that, it's going to be the first option. So circle MC, CC, second verb. This one. I'll just show her in the camera so she knows what I'm talking about. So circle this one right here for number, or that first sentence. So what you're looking for is a subject at the beginning and the end of the sentence. Then you'll know it's two main clauses, okay? So try the next one.
Okay. Robin accepted the challenge and he collected his arrows. The second one?
Yes, because it has he. You see that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So it has Robin as the subject in the first part, and then he is the subject in the second part. So it's two separate main clauses. So that tells us it needs a comma. And where does the comma go, Jana? The pattern is right here, MC, comma, CC, MC. So right before the CC.
Right before the and.
Right before the and. So on the second one, your answer is this choice, the MC, comma, CC, MC. And you're going to place that comma in the sentence right before and. All right, try the next one, Lily.
The waterfall spilled over the cliff and it created a whirlpool.
Mm-hmm.
The first one?
It's going to be the second choice because it has it as a subject. See how it says the waterfall spilled over the cliff and it created a pool. See how it is there? That's another subject. So if it said the waterfall spilled over the cliff and created a pool, then it would be the first choice. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll keep going and see if it gets clearer. So that one is going to be the second choice. So where does that comma go in that sentence? MC, comma, CC, MC.
Right before the and.
Right before the and. Yep.
Okay.
Right after cliff, right before and. Okay, the next one,
The
Gina.
waterfall spilled over the cliff and created a whirlpool.
There you go. We just gave that example, huh?
It's the first one?
Yeah, because they took out it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no subject now in the second half of the sentence. So yes, the first option. And there's no comma, so we don't have to do anything with that. How about the next one, Lily?
Little John released the arrow but surprisingly missed the target. First one?
Yes, because but is the CC,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no subject after that. So you're right. It's the first one, and there's no comma for that. Now you guys are getting it. That's good. And then the next one.
The second one?
Go ahead and read the
Little
sentence
John
first.
released the arrow, but he missed the target.
Oh, wait, which one are we doing?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
But he missed the target. Okay, yes, and it's the second one. Sorry. I got distracted because my battery's dying on my phone, so I'm hoping it'll keep recording. Yes, MC, comma, CC, MC. So where does the comma go?
Right after arrow and before by.
Good. Okay, next one, Lily.
Robin was an outlaw, so he could not return home. First one?
So look for, what is the coordinating conjunction? Let's start with that. Which of the fanboys words do you see in that sentence?
Not.
No. It's for, you remember what they are? For and, what are the,
So?
it's so. For and, nor, but, or, yet, so. So the S on fanboys is so.
Oh,
So, okay.
The second one?
Yeah, because you see he,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yep. So it's the second one. So finding that coordinating conjunction first will help you on this. And then the last one, Gina?
Robin was an outlaw and could not return home. It's the first one.
Mm-hmm. And I heard you slow down on that one. That's right. That's the CC. And there's no subject after that, so it's the first one. Okay, good. It's good practice. Let's go to page 93. So that's your clue when you look for the fanboys word. Look for, does it have a subject after that or does it not? And does it need a comma? Does it not need a comma? So, Jana, do you mind reading the sentences today?
I welcome you to try
Countered. It's a weird word.
the stranger with a twinkle in his eye. I'm happy to wait.
Good. Okay, it was a little weird to read because I think he's speaking, so we are going to need some quotation marks because it's kind of weird. But countered is your vocabulary word, and it basically just means opposing something someone said, so almost like arguing with somebody. It's like the opposite of what they're saying. So countered, that's what that means. That's how he responded. So put a check by vocabulary. And I think we should just get right into the quotation marks because I think that's going to help us. So Lily, what part does he speak?
I welcome you to try.
Yes. So
I'm happy to wait.
yes, both of those put quotes around. So I welcome you to try, quote, on either side of that, and then I'm happy to wait. That's going to help a little bit. But let's go back to the market list. And go ahead and find the two articles by yourself. A, N, and the, those are in there. Two of them.
Okay.
And then, Jana, what about the nouns? I is going to be actually a pronoun. Yeah.
Stranger.
Stranger is one. Oh, you said I. Did you mean EYE?
Yeah.
I thought you were looking at this I. So you're right. EYE is a noun. Sorry.
It's okay.
And then what was the other word you said?
Stranger.
Stranger. And then there's one more.
Welcome.
No. Look for the article A. That's a clue that right after that is
twinkle?
yes, a twinkle. Even though twinkle could be a verb, like if the lights are twinkling.
Mm-hmm.
But in this sentence, it's a twinkle. That's your clue that it's a noun. By the way, make sure you guys read the sentence first when you do your homework. Don't just jump into the list. You need to read it out loud because that'll help you with context. So, pronouns, Lily? I, the letter I.
Yeah.
His?
Let's see, where's his? No, that's going to be telling whose I it is, so not that
okay.
one. That's a tricky one.
You?
You. Good. There's one more.
I see it.
I? In the I'm?
Uh-huh, there you go. So above the I and I'm, that's a pronoun.
Mm-hmm.
And then adjectives, Jana?
Happy.
Happy is one, describing the stranger.
Try.
No, that's going to be a verb, or actually it won't be a verb, but I'll explain that in a second. Whose I is it?
His.
There you go, his. So whenever you're looking for adjectives, looking for whose, or what kind, or how many, those types of questions. What do you think, Lily? Should we jump to subject verb next?
Yeah.
That's what I do usually, but so really quick, let's look at the word try because it looks like it could be a verb, but you see the word to before it? To try? It changes it to an infinitive. So anytime you put to next to a verb, like to write, to run, to work, to eat, anytime you have to something, it's going to be an infinitive, so we're not going to mark it as a verb, okay? So not that one, but what's another verb, Lily? There's 1, 2, 3 more.
Welcome.
Welcome is a verb.
Wait.
No, because it's to wait.
Oh,
That's another two. Yeah, I just realized that too. To try and to wait.
With.
No, it's going to be part of a contraction there at the end. It's a tricky one. The M.
Yeah.
Yes. The M in I'm, because it represents am, is a linking verb actually. It's linking the subject to the adjective. Yeah. So the M in I'm. And by the way, to wait, we should fix that too. What do we need to do to that, Lily? How should we spell it? Yeah, just 1 O. So cross it out and just put T-O on top of that. So it's another infinitive, to try and to wait. This is a tricky one. Subjects, Jana. So what goes with those verbs?
I, like the letter I.
Yes. I welcome. Yep, that goes together.
I am and I'm.
Yes, the I and I'm at the end is also a subject. Good. That's one more. Look at countered. Who was it that countered?
The stranger?
Yes, and it's backwards. Usually the subject comes first. That's probably why you were confused there. But it's because it's the attribution when somebody speaks, countered the stranger. So the stranger's the one that did that. Okay, so we got the subject verb pairs. Now the main clauses, each one is going to have a subject verb pair. Okay, so Lily, where are the main clauses?
So I welcome you to try is one.
I welcome you to try is one. Yep.
Counter the stranger.
Keep going to the end of that.
With a twinkle in his eye.
Yes, countered the stranger with a twinkle in his eye.
And then I'm happy to.
And then I'm happy to wait. Those are all main clauses. Good job. And then this one too, I welcome you to try is actually a main clause. Oh yeah, no, you had that right. So there's 3 main clauses altogether. Oh, I see what you did.
Yeah. Wait. So I welcome you to try.
And then countered all the way to I. So take that one out. Yeah. It includes the prepositional phrases sometimes, not always. So that's kind of tricky to figure out when you use that. Let me look at my note here, so see if I can explain that. Yeah, it doesn't tell that. So sometimes it's like a complete thought. So it included I got to look into that so I can explain that better because I can't remember why it included the prepositional phrases, but in this one it does. Those are the main clauses. So prepositional phrases, speaking of.
In his eye.
In his eye.
To try.
That's an infinitive, so it's not going to be that or to wait. Those two are infinitives. There's one more word that doesn't have a label yet.
With?
Yes.
A twinkle?
With a twinkle. So with a twinkle, and then in his eye. Those are 2 separate prepositional phrases. Okie doke. Let's see. Indent, you're just going to do the paragraph symbol at the very beginning. Somebody new is speaking, so that's why we need to indent capitals. You guys can do that by yourself. There's 2 of them. How about the comma rule? What do you think, Lily? The comma rule.
Put a comment in
Yes.
after stranger?
No. It's going to have to do with the quote.
Oh, so in between the quote and counter?
Yes. So after try, so we just learned a new comma rule, but this one doesn't follow that rule. This is a totally different rule. But when you have a quote and then an attribution, right at the end of the quote, after try is where you put the comma inside the quotation mark. Make sure you put it on the inside of that. So it's comma and then the quotation mark.
No room for anything here.
Huh?
So it's kind of hard to squeeze everything in.
I know, super tight right there. End mark is just a period after a wait, and that also goes on the inside of the quotation mark. I know, there's a lot going on there. Homophone, we already fixed. That was a word too. And then the apostrophe, did we do that yet? Oh, where does the apostrophe go, Jana?
In between I and M for
Yeah, in between I and M for I'm. That's right. I think we got it now.
Yeah.
Any questions about that page? Good? Okay. That's it for grammar for today. Don't forget, read the sentence when you sit down to do your homework. Read the sentence first. And watch out for to work, to run, to something. Okay. You guys worked on, we need to add a band word. I'm so sorry. Another band word. Wah, wah, wah. It's going to go, actually, let me check something really quick. Oh, yeah. Let's, you can put away Captain Cook. We're done with Captain Cook. And the band word is actually going to go on a new page. So go ahead and go get out week 10, which is called drone. And you're going to see a tan colored page. Those are going to be band adjectives, not verbs this time. But go ahead and take out all of week 10, because that's going to go in your front pocket.
I'm not really completely done with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can keep Captain Cook here then if you need to. But yeah, take this one out too. So drone should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages for week 10. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stand up for this part here. And we might as well go to that tan page first, since I mentioned band words. It's page 95. It looks like this. Tan. So, like I said, I saw you guys both turned to your blue page. That's good. You guys know where your band words are, so that's good. The blue page has verbs. These are actually going to be adjectives. These are words that describe. So the first box is just going to be one word, and the word is, you can write it over in the middle of the box. The word is good. Sorry, my pen is a little, I'm going to switch this one. This one's working better. And then the second box is the word bad. Good and bad. So these are adjectives. They describe something, whether something tastes good or tastes bad, or it looks good, looks bad, or a person is good or a person is bad. So let's start with good. What's another way to say good? You guys have any ideas on what else we could use?
Great.
Great. That'll work.
Amazing.
Yep. Amazing. That's a good one.
Delightful.
Yep. Maybe wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I like using awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome's a good one. By the way, did you know awesome is kind of a California word? Other states, they don't use the word awesome.
Wow.
Like, that's so awesome. They think it's weird. It's like, because I've been to Oklahoma and Texas, and They don't use awesome like we do.
That's weird.
I know. It's funny. But we use it a lot. Can you think of any others? Amazing, delightful, wonderful, awesome. Cool. If you're eating something, if you say that the pizza is good, could you say instead of good? The pizza is tasty.
Flavorful?
I think it has EY. Does it have it? Flavorful, yeah. I don't know about, that doesn't look right. Tasty doesn't, I don't think it has an E, does it?
I don't know. I wrote without an E.
I can't use my phone because I'm recording right now. I think it's just a Y. Tasty. That looks better.
Yeah, that looks
I was like, as soon as I read that, I was like, it doesn't look right.
Yeah, that's what I have to do. If I don't know how to spell it, I just write it, and if it looks right, then that's how you spell it. If it looks
There you
weird,
go.
then that's not right.
That helps me a lot. But sometimes I still have to ask Siri.
Yeah.
So. That's a pretty good list. That's a good start here. Let's move over to bad. And if you think of something for good in the meantime, we can always come back to that. But let's go to bad for a minute. What's another way to say bad?
Disgusting.
Disgusting. If you're talking about food, yes. Disgusting. Or if your little brother does something gross. Well, I guess gross, huh?
Yeah.
Worse? Okay. What if you're having a bad day? How can we explain that?
Terrible.
Terrible. That's a good one. Maybe horrible. Horrible's a good one. Horrible. Maybe awful. It's funny, you know these words, but it's hard to hard to think of them.
Yeah.
Maybe miserable, like if you're not feeling good, you're feeling miserable, you're sick. I think one more maybe. Dreadful, that's another good one.
Yeah.
Dreadful. I'm gonna kind of hold the phone up so she can see these. If you need to pause and then you can write these down, you can do that. I know there's a little glare there. There you go. Okay. That's a good start, but that's not all of them. So you guys know you can look them up online if it's okay with your parents to Google what's another word for bad, or you're trying to think of what can I use, or if you have a thesaurus at home, that's a good spot to look too. So. All right, so that's all we're going to put on this list for now. There will be more. Gets harder. Okay, look at the yellow page next. I know Jana's done this before, and I don't think Lily or Arabella has done this yet. So this will be new to you guys. So Jana, you can help me tell them about this. You remember writing from pictures last year? Yeah. Did you like that part, or was it hard for you?
It was fun.
Yeah.
But it was also kind of hard.
I have a hard time with it.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this last year. Yeah. I like to write reports. It's easier, like if I'm writing about Captain Cook, I can look and find facts and make sentences. But this is going to be, you're creating a story. So you're going to have to think about character names and what's going on in the story. So you're going to make up stuff for this. This is more creative writing. So I wanted to go over this page first. This is the yellow page because you're going to notice 3 pictures. Each picture represents a paragraph. So the first picture, you're going to write a paragraph, not this particular one, but you'll write a paragraph for that one and a paragraph for the middle and the paragraph for the end. Each picture is a paragraph. Notice on the left, you'll see where it says central fact, and that is a Roman numeral 1, even though it's a different font, so it doesn't look like a Roman numeral 1, but it is. This central fact is what you actually see in the picture. That's what that means, central fact. That's the central thing you're talking about. So Lily, what do you see in this first, literally, what do you see in the picture, in that first picture?
The The bird is pecking at the hose.
The bird is pecking at the hose. Yep. And there's a grass, maybe the side of a house. That's literally what's in the picture. And then you can see underneath Roman numeral 1, under central fact, it has 1 through 4, and it says details. And then notice these questions on the side. Who, what, when, where, why. They didn't put how. I don't know why they didn't put how in there, because you need that question too. Before, after, and outside. So outside means what could be happening on the outside of the picture frame, not outdoors. We're not talking about outdoors, but like looking at the edge of the picture, maybe there's a cat on the other side, or maybe there's a person or a dog or something on the outside that we can't see. But these questions here will help you come up with a plot. And last year we talked about how when you're thinking, because we do that all the time naturally, right? We think. You're actually asking yourself questions. So like if your stomach's starting to growl like mine, you might be thinking, what am I going to have for lunch? When is class over? And I wonder if my mom is here yet, or something like that. You're thinking these questions naturally. But you do that with anything. Like if you're flipping through like the news, which you probably don't, but maybe your parents do, or maybe you see some news, and somebody says something on the news that you've never heard before, and you're thinking, you got to start thinking, why did he say that? Where did he get his information? And what did he see? What did he hear? So this happens. Your brains are so sophisticated. It does it automatically. So it's good to practice thinking, though. And that's what this lesson is going to help us do, is think. And we use these questions to help us think. So to think of a plot for details, you might think, why is the bird pecking at the hose? Maybe the bird thinks it's a big giant worm and he's hungry, right? He's going to want to try to eat it. And then maybe he has babies in the nest. Maybe it's a mama bird and the babies are in the nest and she's trying to collect food. And then look at so we're going to kind of go through this part kind of quick, but the middle picture, that's what's happening next. So again, central fact means what's literally in the picture. So Jana, how about the middle picture? What's literally in that picture?
The bird pecked at the hose too much and it started leaking water.
It's leaking water. The bird's mouth is open. Its wings are up, like like it just went. You know how birds move really quick like that. Okay, good. So that's literally what's there. And then the details, again, we're going to kind of go through up and down this list of questions. Why was the bird surprised? Could have been in the water. But like I said, it could also be maybe they're in the mountains and there's a bear. I don't know if bears like birds, though. I don't know if they eat birds. I don't think they do. No, because they're
fish.
They're herbivores. Oh, fish? Yeah, they do eat fish.
That's like the one thing that they do in movies all the time. With
ants. They eat ants, maybe, right? No? I don't know. Honey? Do they eat honey like Pooh Bear?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know if bears really like honey or it's just what they do in movies or Winnie the Pooh.
I think they do. Yeah, it's probably hard for them. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh is a made-up story, but I'm also thinking of the Jungle Book. Remember Baloo?
Oh, yeah.
He eats stuff. And then I'm thinking of, I don't know. Anyway, I don't think they eat birds, though. We can probably figure that. So maybe not a bear, but maybe it's a bobcat.
Or a cat.
Or a cat, or a mountain lion, or something in the, mountains. Or a dog. Could be a dog. Anyway. So you can think of maybe why it's shocked. It could be the water that's coming out. Maybe it's summertime and it's hot water. I don't know if that happens to you guys when you turn on the hose.
It's hot.
It's like
It takes a while.
It takes a while. Sometimes it's so hot that like I'm watering the garden and I just have to let it run out before it gets, before I can put it on the plants, or the plants will probably die. So it could be that. Anyway, so you get the idea. And then looking at the last picture, what do you see literally in the last picture there, Lily?
I know, running away from the hose because it scares something.
Running away, yeah. Maybe something scared it or the hose scared it. Okay, good. So just ignore this advanced part down here, but these are important questions to remember. So now look at page 93. On page 93, you have your pictures that you're going to work with this week for your homework.
And I already wrote
It's nice. You don't have to have a lined piece of paper. It's all right there for you. So I do want you to add, though, at the very tippy top, that blank spot, I'm going to have you write the question words up here because it's going to help you with thinking through this. So at the very top, let's write those who, and I'm going to put a question mark by each one. Who, what, when, where, why, and I want you to add how because that'll help us think of stuff. How did they get there? Anyway, and then we didn't really cover before and after, but that means like when you're looking at a picture, you can make up something that happened before it or after it. So maybe like between some of these pictures, there might have been something that happened. So that'll help you come up with a plot. So let's go ahead and put before, if you have room, squeeze it in there, or you might have to write it in the margin. Before, after, and then outside. And remember, that's the outside the frame of the picture, not outdoors. Okay. So again, on your page 93, you can see your outline and you see the Roman numeral 1. You still see central fact, and that means what's literally in the picture. And we can start, though, well, Jana, how about you take that first picture? What is literally happening in this picture?
He's opening a box.
Mm-hmm.
And he's excited.
Yeah. Okay, good. And I hear you saying he, so I think he's a boy too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you can, this is where you can make up a name. So think of a boy name that you want in your story. Can you guys think of a boy name? Do you have one? I always think of Bob.
Brothers.
Oh, yeah?
Bob is a really good one.
I always use Bob. She remembers, huh? I couldn't think of anything either, but you can use Bob or John or I don't know, any name. And if you change it later, that's okay too. So don't worry if you change your mind and you're like, oh, I know Jeremy or something like that. I'll use Bob for now. Bob. Did you think of a name or are you still thinking?
Josh.
Josh, there you go. You can write that down, right, Josh? And he's opening a box. Really simple, okay? That's the central fact. That's what he's doing. He's opening a box in that first picture. This is the part here, 1 through 5, where we talk about details. And this is where we start cycling through some of these questions and you just kind of move around. It doesn't have to be in a certain order. But let's start with the question why. Why does he have a box? Why do you think he has a box? Why is he opening this box?
Birthday?
Birthday?
Or maybe just a special gift or something?
Special gift. Maybe he accomplished something and it's like a reward. Could be Christmas. Could be just a surprise. Or it could be a box from Amazon, right? Maybe he ordered something.
Yeah.
So this is where you guys can start thinking of what you want to put for your details. So if you like, and you're going to try to think of 3 words here. So maybe ordered item Amazon or birthday gift parents, like it's from his parents, or Christmas gift Santa. So this is where it's kind of a free write, and I'm going to tell you now that we're going to try to fill this out today, but if you get home like between now and the time you write this, maybe you write it on Friday or something, and you have a better idea, you can go with your idea. You don't have to use this outline. It's kind of more free write, okay? Mm-hmm. The main thing to remember is keeping those pictures with each paragraph. Okay, Did you guys think of something for that next one? Okay, good. Good. Another good question could be, we don't know what's in it yet, right? We that comes later. We can see that he's holding a remote, and it looks like the name of the lesson is drone, so it's probably a drone, but it doesn't have to be a drone. It could be a flying airplane, helicopter. It could be, okay, this is funny. I just had this memory. My brother bought like a giant fish. It's like, fake one, not a real one. But you put helium in it like a balloon. And then it had like a little fan on the bottom of it that moved, and it had a remote. Like you could fly a fish around the room. It was like so weird. I was like, where'd you get this? So it was like a Christmas gift or whatever, and it was for inside because the wind will take it away. So we just like flew it between the rooms and like around and stuff. But so it could be a flying fish. I mean, you make it up. All right, so let's put here. Okay, before you call it what it is yet, that's going to be the second picture. What do you think he was hoping for? Like, if it's a gift, and it looks like yours was a birthday. Oh, they're both gifts. Okay. So before we tell what it really was, what is something he might have been hoping for? This is a what question here. What was he hoping for? Maybe Legos or a game. Maybe he was hoping for
a video game.
Cars.
Yeah.
Action figures. So maybe on number 2 we could put hoped. And then maybe 2 things that you think he hoped for as he's opening. He's like, how when you get a present sometimes there's tissue paper in there? So you get the lid off and you're like, I still don't know what it is. You gotta like take everything out, like all the tissue paper and stuff. And maybe while he's doing that, he's still hoping for something. Okay. Well, number 3, we can tell what it was. So what do you think? Oh, you're still working on number 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what to do for the 2 words.
Okay, let's see. What else could he be hoping for? Maybe keys to a new car? He looks too young. Or tickets to Disneyland. Just throwing out ideas here. I struggle with this too because I feel like I'm not very creative, but
like these things, but when it comes to like getting them and you
Yeah.
need them, you don't have them.
yeah, exactly. You can just draw a line if you want to think about more ideas later, or it could be new shoes. I don't know. You could think about that. Okay, now's where we can kind of come up with what is the gift going to be? Is it going to be a drone, or is it going to be something? It needs to be something that flies because you can see him looking up with a remote. So, any ideas for your story? This is hard. I know. It's hard. I bet Arabella's. I bet she's got lots of ideas. I think she's already like, I'm already done with that.
A flying dog.
A flying dog. Why not? She's still thinking. So you can put flying, like if you want to call it like super dog, like a Superman dog with a cape on, maybe. That would be kind of cute.
I just feel like what color it is.
Yeah. Is it a drone in your story?
Yeah.
Okay. It could be a drone. It could be like a spy drone or something that has a camera on it. Oh, something like that. Or even your flying dog could be a spy drone. Or it has maybe in the eyes of the dog, it's got like little cameras. So 3 words to describe what it actually is, and you can like call it like drone 5000. I can't even think of what they are, you know. What model and all that. Okay. And then, by the way, 5 is there, but you don't have to use 5 if you don't need it. So maybe one more about, maybe he's shocked because he knows how expensive those are. Maybe he's like,
Super shocked.
I would put maybe shocked, expensive, excited,
Or thankful.
thankful. Yep, you pick your words that you want to put there. Let me move this so she can see it better. So we don't have words on every line because we're kind of brainstorming together. So this is kind of like I said, like a free write. That's a good start. So you're introducing this character in your story and what event it is, and then what he's hoping it'll be, and then what it actually is, and how he feels about it. All those question words up here we're using. So now we're going to move on to the second picture. And then we start with the central fact. So what is literally happening in the picture? So Lily, what do you think is literally in that picture?
He's using the drone, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Story outside.
He's outside. He's got a remote control.
So it's something that's like, and he's looking up, so it's like in the sky. Kind of.
In the sky, yeah. Jana, what else? Who else is in the picture?
His family with his
Inside.
mom, dad, and little brother.
Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like to me too. And they're inside, which is funny. Maybe they're scared he's gonna like fly into them or something. Why wouldn't they be out there with him? That's what I wondered. It's like, okay.
Like, why are they watching through the window? You can go outside.
I know. Well, you can kind of peek ahead at the next picture, and something happens. So you know. But yeah, you would think, because at our house, if somebody gets a gift like that, we all go outside and see it, and
everybody tries it and sees what
Yeah.
it does and stuff.
yeah. And they look happy, especially the little brother. He's like, no way, that's awesome. So, I just realized that those little dots might be his fingers on the windowsill. I just noticed that.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. It's the first time I noticed that. Anyway, that's funny. Okay, so he's, whatever his name is, Bob. What was your name again?
Josh.
I
Josh.
haven't picked a name yet. I don't know.
Okay, well, you can just leave it blank.
Yeah.
It can be somebody like you know if you want, or it can just be a completely made up name. You can even Google boy names. They're all over the place, so you never know. Okay, whatever his name is, outside, right? He's flying outside, or front yard, or whatever you want to call it, backyard. And he's trying out his new gift. I'm just going to put trying, but whatever makes sense to you guys. He's trying it out. He's got his remote control. Here's an idea I just thought of. Because maybe he doesn't know how to use it. You know how sometimes when you get toys like that, you have to read the instructions.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he did that.
Yeah.
So maybe he's like, what does this button do? And it's like flying crazy or something.
So you could probably put that in the third one after like.
Yeah.
Like maybe he pressed a button that he didn't know what
Yeah.
it did, and then it made it do something, and then it like crashed into a tree.
He like put it in autopilot and then went straight to the tree.
He's like, wait. That would be bad. Yeah, okay, that's a good. We'll keep that one for the third one. I like that. Okay, so for the second one, though, it seems like everything's fine. He's having a good time. Maybe he's, what could he be doing? Could he be doing, like, loops with it, maybe? Or tricks with it?
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, let's talk about the family really quick for number one. Because the family's there. So that would be a good who question. Like, who's watching? Family, watching,
Inside.
inside. maybe secretly they're scared.
Like, what are you gonna do with it?
Stay inside, son. Don't go out there with your brother. It's too scary. Too dangerous. And this could be like, how is he flying it, or what is he planning to do with it? Like tricks could be a good one. Maybe he's doing like spiral or something, you know, like, or a big loop. Or maybe he's seeing how high he can fly it. Like he's still going up, 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 up till it's like this little tiny dot. That could happen. So tell maybe how he's flying it here for number 2.
So you have a remote control? Or like remote?
Yeah, you could do that. That's a good one. Let's start with that. Remote control. And then maybe high.
Or fast.
Or fast. That's a good idea. And then 3 could be like the tricks maybe that he's trying to do. I have an idea for 4 though. And like I said, if you get, you think about this a little bit as you're driving around or whatever, you might have a better idea. You can change it. Okay, so number 4, I think it would be a good spot to talk about where he lives. Maybe he's in a neighborhood. Some neighborhoods have like the telephone poles. You can think ahead, like, what is he going to run into? But what if he lives across the street from like the Dodger Stadium or something like that? Or another student from a different class said that he lives across the street from the White House. He was flying over the White House and it probably got shot down or something, It's like so you can think of, where is this? So what do you think? Where does he live? Does he live next to a forest, maybe with a lot of trees, or maybe a zoo? Or like maybe if you could think of, what is he flying over? Maybe he's just flying over his neighborhood, but it could be maybe a school or a park. I don't know. You can think of some, like for number 4, flying and then where he's at. Dodger Stadium. Or it could be a football stadium. I bet you'll have other ideas as you think about this too, because I know it's hard to think on the spot, but
sometimes things just like pop up in your head. Oh, I can use it in my
yeah,
story.
yeah, there you go. Just like put a note in your phone or something if you're out and about, like, oh yeah, he's flying over this. Okay. What did you get, Jana? What did you put for that one?
Over his neighborhood.
Okay, over the neighborhood.
I put flying in the neighborhood park.
Oh, neighborhood park. Perfect. Okay, good. All right. So I think we're good. You can use 5 if you need it. You don't have to, but let's go on to the 3rd. I'm going to squeeze it down here. The 3rd one. This is where it's going to get really interesting. So we've got central fact first. So Jana, what's literally in the picture? What are we looking at?
Something bad happened because their faces are like
Shocked.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something happened.
Yeah, something happened.
Not good. And Dad's face, he's like that's gonna be expensive. that's what I think I was
There goes that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pay for that. Or yeah, there goes that. The whole drone is like destroyed. Yeah. Okay, so you could put his name. Did you think of a different one? Oops.
Like it was like a family drone that like was passed down for generation.
Oh no. It's like an heirloom, like something really special. Oh my gosh. What's another word for shocked? Let's see.
Because we use that, but then there was like a happy shocked.
Yeah.
So maybe like something that's like sad shocked. Disappointed?
Oh, maybe. Or worried, maybe. Or... It's a word. Like, oh no. You guys aren't thinking of anything either. And my phone. I can't even look on my phone because I'm recording. There's a word out there. I can't even think of it.
Because I feel like disappointed is a good word, but it's like for after.
Yeah.
Like maybe he came in afterwards like, hey,
Yeah.
Dad, I'm sorry I broke the drum.
Yeah, yeah.
And he would be like, he's disappointed in his
Yes.
son, you know? But
I agree with that.
I
Because
can't-
disappointed isn't strong enough. It needs to be like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Like, yeah. I'm just going to put, oh no. And then you guys can think of something. I know that's an extra word, but that's okay. Oh no. Or you could use oh no. And then, of course, here is where you're going to cycle through some more of those question words. You could, did you think of something?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Before and after and outside, we haven't really used those yet, but it could be that maybe, we don't see it in the picture, but maybe there's like a eagle or a giant hawk or something that's just like, they collide in the air or
Maybe
something.
crashed into like a truck or a car that's on the street.
Yes.
Or at the park. Like,
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, that would work.
Maybe hit a kid.
In the head? No. Knock the kid out. Everybody's like, oh my gosh. This is going to be fun. You guys can kind of just use your imagination like that. And whatever you come with, I'm okay with even a little gore. I'm okay if you want, but oh my gosh, this is going to be good. So you can think of maybe something that's outside the frame of the picture or something like where... Anyway, I think we're about done here. So I'm going to let you finish that last one later so you can have some more thinking time. But again, this is like a free write. So if you want to just abandon your whole list and use your head while you're typing, you can just, or write, you type now too, huh, Jana, a little bit. So you can just sit down at the computer and let it flow. That's okay with me too. Just use these questions to help you with your plot. And then, like I said, each one is a paragraph, okay? You do have a checklist. Let's check that really quick. It's going to be on page 97. You do have a new dress up. Yay! Aw, yay! No, I mean yay! Okay. You have 5 now. The new one is quality adjective. And we just went over good and bad. Those are adjectives, but so you might use one of those words to explain what's going on. And underline that as a quality adjective. So basically a word to describe a noun that's gives the reader a visual, like an image in their head. So that's what quality adjective is. Does that make sense to you?
Kind of like a stronger words neck. Like a good adjective to fit in there.
So it has to, so instead of, it would go with a noun. So it would go with like, either the drone, explaining what the drone is, or how the family feels, like a feeling word. Those are good, strong, or quality adjectives. Like that word shocked is a good adjective. Expensive, another good adjective. Excited, actually these are all adjectives right here. So add one of those to each paragraph, and then you'll see the banned words here have good and bad. So stay away from the good and bad. And stay away from go and went. I think some students, not necessarily you guys or anybody in this particular class, but it's hard with like, they went outside to fly it. Don't say that. You gotta think of something different. And think and thought like the dad is thinking, you know, you better not crash that thing. That was expensive. Okay, so that's it. You guys have any questions about your homework or anything? Okay.